The award-winning Tennessee Wildcast is on the air with the latest on hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. Make welcome your host, drummer and outdoor expert novice, Jason Harmon.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee Wildcast. We're glad you're tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We've got an awesome show for you today. A lot of guests in the house and an unusual co-host, Mr. Johnny Allred from the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Foundation. He's going to help co-host today. But I'm even more excited about our guest, Preston Pittman, a world champion turkey caller and great guy. And we're excited to talk to him today and learn more about this raffle package that he's going to be hunting with you on if you win. So It's going to be fun. Preston, thank you.
Awesome.
Turkey hunting extraordinaire.
Well, really, truly nothing more than a Mississippi redneck got lucky.
We let him across the border. And
I'll take luck any day.
There you go.
Oh, yes, Mississippi native, and we've let him across the border today to come on Tennessee Wildcast. We are social distancing as we always have been here in studio. We're spread out, so trying to stay healthy and doing this show, bringing it to you, and glad folks are keep tuning in and keep watching. You want to introduce your guest down here? He's not on camera, but who's this down here with us today?
Well, see, that's Rambo.
Okay.
That's my wife's dog, who informed me whenever they were going to go on a little outing with her and her daughters that I couldn't board him because he didn't know nobody.
I
said, why come you can't carry him with you? And she said, because I don't want to. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So my dog is running with me.
Rambo is with us today. Cool. He knows his name. He looked at me.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're glad you're here. We're excited to just chat about this turkey package, and I'm going to throw it on the screen so folks at home can see it. But it's the turkey hunting package for the Conservation Raffle this year. That's the one that you're going to be guiding on.
Yes.
And there's a lot of stuff that's with that package. Let's pull it up first off and check it out. It's his raffle.twrf.net. That's where you go check out all the packages that are available. We're going to pull it up and just
where you go to buy some tickets.
Yeah, buy the tickets. You got a lot of different options, and we'll cover all that again today.
We'll sell you some tickets while you're here.
I brought my money.
Yeah.
I brought my credit card.
All right.
And I'm going to get some.
You need to buy one for this one, right?
You just look. I have something on my bucket list, and that's going fishing. I mean, I wouldn't turn the elk hunt down either, but going fishing with Mr. Bill Dance.
Oh, yeah, that's on everybody's bucket list.
And keeping the fish.
Oh, yeah.
Because I am the president and founder of the Catch and Fry Club. We do release, but only in Lake Crisco.
Okay. The Catch and Fry Club.
I love that. I love that. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is open to anybody. They can buy a ticket, and you may be guiding one of those packages, but you may want one of those other packages. So
I definitely do.
It's worth putting in for.
I definitely do, beyond the shadow of a doubt. But it's such a wonderful thing that the, Tennessee Wildlife Resources is doing, is giving the opportunity, and not just, a lot of people don't realize, but the money that's raised from this, it's not only for, consumptive. In other words, you don't have to go harvest an animal. I know y'all use money in all different types of places.
Yeah, that's right. Viewable wildlife.
Viewable wildlife. Like
watchable wildlife, and, anything wildlife in Tennessee, we support.
That is so cool, to support it and help it, research.
That's why it's the Conservation Raffle instead of,
That's right.
So much go and kill raffle. But anyway, let's talk about the hunt. What all are we going to get to do, Preston? You're the guide, and tell us what's going to happen. We're going to kill some turkeys, right?
How long have you been coming to the Tennessee Governor's Hunt? You've been doing that for, almost since it started. First, about the second or third year you started with us, so 20 years.
I had hair on my head.
Yeah, it's been a
while. I ain't got no hair on my head anymore, so it's been 1 or 3 years ago at least.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. No, but it's a real cool package. I mean, we're going to go hunting together, and if Johnny doesn't care, boy, I love putting him on the spot, especially when the camera's rolling. If by some miracle they don't harvest a bird the first day, I don't mind staying with them the second day.
Awesome.
Sure.
Is that cool?
That's cool. Yeah.
Basically, at least one of every call that I make. Sorry, I didn't bring a lot of calls, but then go to Pittman Game Calls, on the internet and just kind of scroll through. It's probably 16, 17 diaphragms, a half dozen box calls, pot calls, pileated woodpecker, crow calls, you name it.
Wow.
And now I'm going to put him on the spot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Because when we started doing it, you said, the person that wins this, I'll make them a custom, memorable call about this hunt.
I was getting there. They will have a one-of-one call. Now, here's the way I like to pick and say that. I like to pick the person's mind. What do you like to do? What are your other interests besides, turkey hunting? If you want a donkey jumping over an alligator with a rattlesnake in his mouth trying to land on a butterfly, if it's out there on the internet, I can put it on a call. And we do list it as a one-of-one call. But one guy, tells me, he says, I love to sailfish. And I said, really? And he says, yeah. And he said, I love to turkey hunt too. And he said, I love to have fun. I said, so you like to joke and pick and carry on? He said, yeah. I said, okay, I got you. I laser engraved, put the name of his boat, a boat on the lid of the box call, sailfish coming up, out of the ocean, and a turkey on the back of his boat gobbling at the sailfish. So
covered all his angles.
We covered all of his angles.
So you can put it all right there on the custom call.
There you go.
That's
so whoever
great.
wins this is going to get a one-of-one Preston Pittman.
A one-on-one call, one of everything that I make, 1 to 2 days of hunting, and my God, what all else have you added to it, buddy?
You get a Rattay turkey gun, and Rattay's new turkey shotgun that they make.
Pack rabbit.
A pack rabbit pack,
which is a fine product, I can tell you.
The greatest turkey seat vest on the market. One of all of Preston's calls, and Lacrosse is going to throw in a pair of their hunting boots.
Cool. And of course, long leaf.
And long leaf
Yeah, I was
clothing.
going to say, don't forget that. Are you wearing long leaf today?
I'm wearing long leaf right now. This is blind spot, and that's what it'll be. In fact, I'm very proud to say that we at Longleaf, that is part of me also, that all of our production, guess where it's being made at now?
The US of A?
You got that right.
All right.
I am so proud of that, too. I can tell you.
Not many people can say that. So.
That's right. So now the clothing that we are doing is actually being made in the state of Arkansas. What we're kind of highlighting right now is a carbon field suit, and it is super, super nice. And that's what they'll be getting, shirt, hat, so on and so forth.
Very nice.
Wow, that's cool. That's awesome. So, yeah, longleaf camo, the lacrosse boots, the full collection of Preston Pittman calls, the pack rabbit.
Everything to go turkey hunting. We're even, during the governor's hunt, we'll actually give them ammunition. So they're going to get turkey shells with this, too. So, I mean, everything they need
What kind of shells are they going to get?
Apex.
Ooh. The
Apex.
only ones made.
The only ones made.
You know what a lot of people now, I don't know how far this reaches. Is this just strictly in the state of Tennessee?
Yeah, it reaches all across the state, but we're on the internet too, so it reaches.
Well, let's let everybody know that
even down in Mississippi.
You do. There you go. I just don't know what button to push.
They have radios in Mississippi? People have radios there?
Yeah, you got to change the bulbs every now and then, but it works. But anybody from any state, anywhere, period, it does not matter where you're from, can come in and buy these chances. So I would tell people that, forward it to their buddies, their friends, if they live in Arizona or Arkansas or Minnesota or whatever it may be, to spread the word out there, because it's
That's right.
It's a heck of a package.
Get a chance to come to the greatest state in the union to come hunt turkeys right here in Tennessee.
You know what? Tennessee is my favorite state to turkey hunt in. You did that.
Well,
it's all your fault.
It's all right. It's because it is.
I love you.
It is the greatest state to go hunting in Tennessee. Right here in Tennessee.
Exactly. It's like the turkey hunting capital of the world.
It is. Yep.
So tell us about the one shot. I mean, we've talked about it in the past, and what all goes on at the one shot that they'll be involved in there.
Well, they'll have we have a banquet, we have a dinner. That night, live auction, just a lot of celebrities, a lot of just dignitaries there. But that Friday, y'all will probably go Friday before the hunt. They'll go scout a little bit, look where they're going to hunt, get their set made up, and get ready to go. Saturday morning, you'll get up and go turkey hunting with Preston. And when you harvest a turkey, you bring it in. Our officers will check it in and score it for you, and get put on a list of where it ranks in that day of the other competitors. And so there's a chance you might win more than this thing. So if you come to the governor's hunt and you kill the biggest turkey, you might
get some more guns.
That's right. You might win another shotgun. You might win something else.
There you go.
A lot of things going on that day. A lot of festivities, and again, that night it all goes to Tennessee Wildlife. It's all to raise money for Tennessee Wildlife.
And you never know who is going to be there.
No,
I mean, football players, country singers. Can I say it?
Well, I mean, you never know who will be there.
Okay. Politicians. I'll leave it at that.
Just leave it at that. Yeah, okay.
I'll just leave it at that.
And
good guys.
Yeah.
it's called the one shot, but you get more than one, right? If you miss.
Yeah, you get more than one shot, but you want to shoot. You want to harvest a turkey with one shot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good clean kill.
That's cool. Awesome. So, and these farms that you get to hunt on,
Yeah, it's all private land.
The private land.
We go out
they're
and find
scouted out.
We go this have a farm here. We'll go talk to the owner and say, could we use your farm for the Tennessee Governor's Hunt? And we'll put a guide and a hunter on your place for that day. And by the way, you can come have dinner with us that night. So the landowner kind of comes in, gets to have dinner with us, and enjoy the night too.
Yeah, awesome.
Private land hunting.
Let me tell you something. What this man and his people pull off is impossible, but they make it happen. To get as many different landowners that open up their arms and open up their heart and let you go on their land. We thought about doing it in Mississippi, and ain't going to happen. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And this is not just some little old place on the side of the road.
Oh, no.
I have never been to any of the different farms that I've been on in all the many years that I've been here. It was past good hunting. It was excellent. So you're in for a very, very special,
these landowners and these guides that help us do that, I mean, their heart is with TWRA. I mean, they support Tennessee Wildlife Resources in the state, and it's an easy sale. I mean, you go by there and say, we'd like to use your farm, and they know the officer that works that area. They know them, and they're good to them, and it's just an easy sale. So they're happy to do it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, Preston, let's talk a little bit about yourself. I mean, you got all these accolades: the World Turkey Calling Contest, the World Natural Voice, World Two-Man Turkey Team Calling Contest, all these championships and things. What got you interested in turkey hunting? What led you to this?
November 28th, 1953, I was hatched when I popped out of my mom, and the baby doctor grabbed me by my legs and spanked me on my hiney. Is what it did, and I've been doing it ever since.
I didn't see that coming.
If you believe that, I got some land on the coast I'm going to sell you just as soon as the tide goes out there. I come from the old school. I'm 66 years old. And it wasn't mother and father, it was mom and daddy. Mm-hmm. Daddy didn't go off to the deer camp and leave me there. He didn't leave mama there. It was me, mama, daddy, Uncle Lewis, Aunt Dovey. It was a family type thing. Now, we dog hunted back then, which I don't dog hunt. I have no problem with anybody who wants to hunt as long as they're legally, ethically, and morally hunting, by the laws. And it was a gathering, you know what I mean. Went fishing on Black Creek, Red Creek, had a little camp on Red Creek. They tell stories that whenever I was like 3 months old, they flipped a water snake out of the apple crate that mama had me sitting in while she was catching red bellies. So that's how it all started, just my love for the outdoors. I grew up in it. I was born in it. I grew up on it. And then went to a little town by the name of Carthage, Mississippi, where we used to have these old-timey days, being a grease pole contest. That's what you need to do. You need to get the youngins trying to climb a grease pole with lard on it. A rabbit roundup, fishing rodeo, turkey calling, duck calling, skeet shooting, hatchet blowing, hunting horn, you name it. They had it there. You got a half a chicken for $2.50 with all the beans and slaw and rolls you can eat. Boy, that's been a long time ago. It has.
Making me hungry.
And I met a guy by the name of Jack Dudley, who was the state champion. He was a natural voice caller, purely a natural voice. And by the end of the day, he had me clucking and yelping. And then just the mind grew, and I grew from there. And he said, son, you're better than average. He said, you need to come back and compete. So at 16, we didn't have kids divisions then. At 16, I went back to Carthage, stepped up on the stage, and was crowned a state champion. And I went, uh-oh.
I like this.
I found my calling.
At 16, right?
At 16. And went on from there, made a career out of it, as far as competition. Won all the 5 different divisions in the World Championship. Almost everything at the Grand Nationals, regionals, districts, states. I mean, just that was my that was my football. Mm-hmm. That was my basketball, or my tennis, or my hockey, or whatever. Yeah. That was my sport.
Yeah.
So I just fell in love with it.
It's a dang fun one, right?
Right. And I have to say this: the good Lord above, or God Almighty, gave me this talent. Now, sometimes I think it's a talent, sometimes I think it's a curse. But I'm so very thankful, and to the kids that are out there, youngins, if y'all listening to this, things are changing. Technology is changing. I'm real big because I didn't get a good education. I have dyslexia. Nobody knew what it was. So kids, get your education, but at the same time, keep your practical experiences, because the garbage cans have got to be empty, the floors have got to be swept, the commodes have got to be clean, and you're not too darn good to do that also. So do that too, but get that education and stay in school.
Yeah, that's a good word. So can you demonstrate some of these calls? At 16, you're winning these championships.
Well, the natural voice is pretty well gone, with the exception of, and it's leaving me. And, that's right, we got video going too, right?
Uh-huh.
What I'm fixing to do now is put what we call a diaphragm.
For all you listening.
Or a mouth call.
Mm-hmm.
And what I just did there is I separated some reeds, okay?
Okay.
Just some clucking and purring and soft yelping, and then
you imagine what that sounds like in the woods. I have sat beside this man many years and listened to this, and it's like, it's just amazing to me.
You'd be the ridge over, and you'd have to think it was a real bird.
Oh yeah,
ain't no way.
I've been shot twice. Don't feel good either.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. I'm sure people in the office here are probably going, "Where's that bird coming from?" We're not totally soundproofed here, but we're close. Oh man, that's cool. That's cool. So I mean, that just grew and grew and grew. The natural voice was there, but then the calls have evolved, and that's just amazing.
Well, it's like I've been very fortunate, and I've got to be on the ground floor with this industry. I mean, I think back then about the only diaphragms made. There was one in Gibson's store, Penn's Woods. And then there was a guy.
Ben Lee, I guess, would have been.
I was getting in it. We were together, if you know what I mean.
Same time, yep.
I was a lot younger. Well, I don't want to say a lot younger, but I was younger than he was. And but we didn't have a whole bunch of money, so out of necessity. And then I have an inquisitive mind on trying to invent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first diaphragms I made, that was plumber's sheet lid. My dad was a plumber, pipe fitter plumber. With Dixie Deluxe condoms, that I'd go to the bill-up service station and buy 2 for $1, non-lubricated, so the tape would stick to them, and slide it inside of the lid, clamp the lid down, put the tape on it, take an X-Acto knife, and cut it out. And then my dad, he loved to whittle, with a pocket knife. And he'd make little hammers and little saws and ox yoke, and so he made my first box call for me. And then that just kind of, I wonder if I can do this, and I wonder, and so on and so forth. And then I'm going, hey, man, I can make $1 here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a lot of competition back then. And so, as I say, I started in a closet because my mama got tired of hearing all the yelping and stuff. So I started in a closet, went to a storage building, from the storage building to the barn to where it's at now with me and Longleaf Camo, hooked up together.
Yeah.
So it's been a great, fun career, and I've got to see the comeback of the American wild turkey to when we didn't have turkeys in that many places. Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
That's just so amazing what has happened in the past, 20 years, 25 years in the state of Tennessee?
In 1985, you could walk around the woods and never see a turkey scratching anything.
There you go. And it's like the Tennessee Wildlife Resources. That's where some of this money could even go to.
That's right.
Is to help bring more elk in, bring more turkeys in, do study and research, on turkeys, because I know that Tennessee is kind of
that's
declining.
That's how turkeys got
now.
here. It took
That's
money
right.
to bring them here.
Yeah,
it took money to restock that and get that program going.
Exactly. And it's not just it's research. It's studying. It's it's the biologists are doing their hard work. It's not just making up numbers and saying, "Oh, we're going to shoot this many or shoot that many." They're studying.
And that's not just turkeys. I mean, these
That's
biologists
everything.
are studying. I mean, some of this money is going to help control Asian carp.
Right.
That we can't, the fish can't fish now because of some of the Asian carp in some areas. It's going to help, so many things like that. Chronic waste. I mean, it's just going to help these biologists, get control of some problems that we have to help hunters. I mean, like every penny's not helping hunters. Some of it's to watchable wildlife and things. But
Exactly.
for hunters,
we all even have a place where people can go stand and watch and see the elk too.
Sure. Yeah, we got a viewing point at the Royal Blue.
Yep. Yep. So I know there's got to be some stories. You've told a few, but I mean, you guys have hunted together for so long. Tell us some stories. What's one of the best birds you've harvested, and what's one of the most fun stories with Johnny here hunting in the woods? He told me one earlier about you calling and bringing these birds around you. That was hilarious.
That was in Colorado. We were elk hunting at the time and did that.
Oh Lord, yeah, that. Well, whatever the book says you can't do. Remember, I ain't got no book learning. I like to prove the book wrong.
I hear you.
So I'm a little different whenever I hunt. I was talking about hunting legally, ethically, and morally right. I just can't help if my morals get a little bit low during turkey season. Because if I can't call him, I will crawl him. Especially when I know I'm on private land that I can do it safely. And folks, listen to that. I'm on private land, lock key. I can do this safely. I'm not to put a decoy on my head and go crawl out in the middle of them. I don't care what it is. And especially if I ever get mad at one, don't let me find a bathtub that the farmer's using out there in the field that the birds are going to or walking around and they won't come to me. Because the next morning I'll be laying in that bathtub waiting on him. So we've done all kinds, of stuff like that. But I will tell you this. I'm asked what's the most memorable hunt you've ever been on. Might surprise you here. I'm in Monticello, Mississippi. They used to call it the honey hole. John always planted a bunch of crimson clover or red top clover. It's starting to break daylight. About that time, turkey starts gobbling. Turkey flies down into the field, which is not a common practice because of the moisture, and they don't like to get their underside wet normally with something that's got big, tall clover in it. But the dummy flew out in the middle of that crimson clover. And it's just like God opened up, the sun pops up, and there's like two rays of sun coming through the little line of trees that's up there on the fence line, and it's like two spotlights on that bird. He was so gorgeous with that red reflecting.
Had him lit up, didn't
Had him lit up.
Wow.
You know what it did? I forgot to shoot him.
Got to watching him. I've screwed up a lot of times with turkeys just watching them, and it's like, I've waited too long.
But you know what?
But
it's a successful hunt, though.
Oh yeah, you get
You
that
had
close.
fun.
it's the
You
most
had
memorable
enjoy-
hunt you have.
There you go. And that's the one hunt that, of all hunts I've ever been on, all over this great, United States, times about 32, 33 states. That's the first one that always pops to my mind. I mean,
Last year, or year before last, we were in Wyoming hunting beneath the Devil's Tower. And,
Yeah.
we were turkey hunting and looking up at the Devil's Tower in Wyoming.
Wow.
And I thought, the view doesn't get much better than this.
No.
Wow. So, you got to share that story where he got in amongst those birds. And they
We
circled
were
him.
elk hunting in Colorado, and he had a cameraman with him, and we were coming out from elk hunting, and there were some turkeys down there below us, and I don't know how long it's been, it's 20 years ago, I guess. But he said, can I play with these turkeys a little while? And I said, yeah, we're coming out midday anyway. And he gets on his knees and starts walking toward me and making this crazy Preston Pittman warbling sound, and they all stretching their necks out and looking at him, and he starts crawling. He crawls all the way to these turkeys, and they're just walking around him, and he's just making these warbling calls. And this camera guy's going, are you seeing this? Are you seeing what's going on? So, yeah, I see it, but I don't know what's going on.
It's called mesmerizing a bird. Does it work all the time? Absolutely 100%? No. But occasionally, and like those birds weren't really molested that much.
No,
if you know what I
that
mean.
probably hadn't seen people very little. I mean, where they were in Colorado.
I wanted to catch one, but I couldn't get my hands on one.
They
was
were
close
darn
enough
near
almost.
close enough for him to catch them. I mean, they were just circling around him
feet,
there.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's kind of what I'm telling you. I'm a little to the crazy side. I like to see just what I can get away with.
So it's going to be a fun hunt if you win.
Oh, we're
this
going to have
package.
fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun
If
hunt.
you don't want to have fun, you don't want to go with me. End of story. Period.
Oh man, I hope I need to put in for this one. I think. Oh well, let's recap the package real quick, so we don't. We need to make sure we recap it. Everybody
Well,
knows
you're going to
about
get to go on the Tennessee Governor's one-shot turkey hunt, Tennessee's most famous turkey hunt. You're going to get to hunt with Preston Pittman, the most famous turkey hunter in the land.
Five-time world champion.
Five-time world champion. You're going to get a new Retail turkey shotgun, a Pack Rabbit pack, the best turkey seat and turkey vest on the market. You're going to get one of everything Preston Pittman makes.
And the custom.
And a custom call, a pair of lacrosse hunting boots, and long leaf clothing to hunt with.
Cool.
But it's a great package.
It's a heck
Lots
of
of
a
other
package.
good packages on here. If you hadn't scrolled through there, I mean, it's a lot of good packages on here.
Yeah, I will pan back out here so
Yeah.
people can see those. But yeah, it's raffle.twrf.net. That's
Right.
how you get to it. But yeah, there's 7 great packages.
Right.
The elk hunt,
The elk hunt. I mean, elk
The
hunt
one that
quick-
started it all
Yeah,
kind of
quick
thing.
thing on that. You're going to stay in an Oliver Travel trailer at Ride Royal Blue, a great campground right
Oh,
there
yeah.
where you're turkey hunting, the Tikka rifle,
or
Elk
elk
hunting.
hunting.
elk hunt. Another pair of Danner boots and optics of that. Honda's got their UTV in here. The Honda 2020 Pioneer 1000 is a part of the package. Again, we talked about fishing with Bill Dance. Who
Well,
wouldn't
there
want
it
to go
is,
fishing
Bill
with
Dance fishing. Yep.
Whitetail hunting on President's Island, and the gear that goes along with
You
that.
get the Oliver Travel trailer.
Yeah, you get to
you know,
stay,
to
that.
stay
You
in
get to
that.
stay in that too while you're there. The turkey hunt with Preston, and the waterfowl hunt with Tyler Jordan and the Real Tree team here in Tennessee.
Yep.
And the package that goes with that.
And then the last but not
Camping
least,
package.
camping package. There's a lot of cool
hunter,
stuff
you
in
like
that.
to go camping? It's a great package.
Cool. Cool.
Well, Preston, I really appreciate you coming in today. It's been fun to hang out with you and hear some stories and hear your calling. It's amazing.
And I need your credit card before you leave. I need your credit card.
I got to get it. It's in the truck.
I'll wait.
Okay. I figured you would.
I'll wait.
Well, it's been my honor, my pleasure being here. Maybe we can get back together again.
Awesome. Yes. Can you call us out? One last call. All right, you heard it here, folks. This has been awesome. Preston, thank you. Johnny, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for listening. This is Tennessee Wildcast, and we'll hope to see you back here next time.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, it's all about Tennessee wildlife. It's what we do. Tennessee Wildcast will be on the air again next week. We'll see you then.